Hey everybody on YouTube. Today I thought I'd post another video on vintage video repair, or basically I am posting another follow-up to a repair I'm doing on a Sanyo VTC-7100. This is a very unusual, very strange video format around the time of Betamax and VHS when they were first introduced. But the biggest problem is I am servicing a Sanyo VTC-7100. Lots and lots of problems. I am currently catching up on the final repair on this unit, which I'm waiting on several parts from overseas to repair this unit. But I wanted to cover another problem that this VTC-7100 by Sanyo has. This is a very unusual video format. It's basically an 8-track that was used. The cassette housing is an actual 8-track that you remember from the 70s, which was an 8-track. Well, they converted it into a video cassette, but they used the same shell, which is kind of unusual. But I want to point out to people out here who might have these tapes, please, I urge you to listen to what I'm telling you. If you have any of these V-cord 1 cassettes, okay, and they play in this unit, the VTC-7100 black and white unit, I just want to point out to people the cassettes do need to be fixed. The tapes need to be baked. But the biggest problem is the leader on these cassettes will automatically snap in the beginning of the tape and at the very end of the tape. So you need to fix the leader on these cassettes. The leader itself will pull apart if you try to rewind or fast forward it. I've worked with several of these cassettes and I have come across this problem. Not only if the tapes are sticky, that's not a big deal. It's basically you will need to disassemble the cassette and you need to fix the leader on these cassettes. The beginning of the leader and the end of the leader. There's a little white plastic sort of like Scotch tape that they use when they manufacture them. Well, the glue is dried up on those and they will instantly break apart. It's a common thing on these cassettes. You do need to fix the leader on these cassettes with a brand new piece of binding tape on the beginning of the cassette and the end of the cassette. If the tapes are dirty, you will need to hand clean them, but if they need to be baked, that's not a big deal. You can bake the tapes if they're gone sticky. But especially if any of these tapes have been in floods or anything like that, you're going to have a lot of problems with the cassettes. I'm giving everybody a fair warning out there. If you're going to do any archives with V-cord 1s, make sure you, when you try to play these cassettes, if the tape automatically pulls apart, you're going to need to disassemble the cassette and fix the leaders on these cassettes, the ending and the beginning, before you could do any tape transfers with these. I wanted to point this out, and I also wanted to point this out to Dino, who might be watching this. If you have a lot of these, every cassette, you're going to need to fix the leader. So make sure you understand V-cord 1. If you have a bunch of V-cord 1 tapes, you need to fix the leaders, the beginning and the end of each cassette, meaning you got to take the cassettes apart, and you're going to have to physically fix the leaders on these. So if you're not familiar with knowing how to take a V-cord 1 cassette apart, contact me. I will be glad to walk you through it. It is a little complicated thing. There's an actual ball bearing in these cassettes that has to be set in the right place before you assemble them. It's a very complicated cassette. I just wanted to point out, if you got a V-cord 1 or a VTC-7100 and you have these cassettes, you're going to need to replace and repair the leaders on these cassettes at the end and the beginning. So if you have any questions, feel free to drop me an email, but I hope you guys enjoyed this video.